Hi everybody. Today for our math lesson today, we're going to talk about reading algebraic expressions. I am very cold up in our studio, so I am bundled up. I feel like I'm ready to go ski. We have teacher Barbie joining us today because I couldn't stand how boring this was, so hopefully that spruces it up for you all a little bit. And of course, got to have the hearts. So hope you guys are well, and again, we miss you all. But here we go. So today, again, is reading algebraic expressions. The first thing we're going to talk about are these keywords and what they mean. Those are going to be really important for this lesson today. So when we talk about the word sum, that would mean that we are going to make sure we add those numbers or put the addition sign in there. When we talk about the word difference, that's going to be subtraction. Quotient, I'm giving you guys a minute to think about it because you can yell it out as you're watching these videos. That's going to be division. Now what we're going to use for division is going to be the fraction bar. So we are going to change that actually to that little fraction bar. Product is when we multiply, it's multiplication. Times, also when we multiply. Less than, we're going to subtract those numbers. Greater than will indicate adding those numbers. And when we split something up, equally, that would also be division, but we're again going to use the sign, that little fraction bar, to indicate division. Okay? So now today I've got 5 examples up here. I'm going to do 5 more because this can be one of the most challenging topics of algebra, is writing the algebraic expressions, reading them and writing them. Excuse me. So today, for number 1, we are looking to figure out, how do I write this as an algebraic expression, an expression that only includes the numbers and the signs and the letters. So we're not solving, we're just writing them as expressions. I want you guys to code these as you're kind of working through them. There will be a notes attached where you can do that on, but I'm going to code them for today so you can make sure you're paying special attention to the important words there. So when we're looking for the sum of something, we know we're going to be adding. Okay. So I know it's going to be a plus sign. And it says the sum of 6 and G. So we're going to add those two together. My 6 and my G. Now, would it matter if those were flip-flopped? It would not matter because, as you guys know, addition can go both ways. G plus 6 would be the same as 6 plus G. Okay? So again, we are just writing the expression. We're not solving it because I have not told you what G equals. So don't have to worry about that for today. We are not solving. Let's look at number 2. We have m minus 4. Now I know the word minus, we don't quite see it over there, but we know that that means to subtract. So I am taking m and I'm pulling away 4 from it. So this would be m minus 4. In this case, we have to be careful with subtraction because subtraction does matter with the setup. We're looking at it in this order. I know I'm starting with the greater value of m and I'm minusing 4. It doesn't say 4 minus m. That would be the reverse of this then. So we're going to just pay special attention when it comes to subtraction. 11 times b. When I see the word times, I know that that means to multiply. Now remember, in fact, I'll show you this one on the board. Let me grab my dry erase rag. Our first instinct is to write that as 11 times b. But some of you might catch now that since we're in algebra, this kind of looks like 11xb. So we want to get rid of the multiplication sign. So just like we did recently in some of the other assignments, we are going to use parentheses, or you can just put the b right next to the 11, because remember, a letter next to a number indicates, right next to it, indicates that we multiply. So 11 times b is just 11b, okay? Again, those two indicate that we are multiplying those two together. Quotient. If we look at our word bank over there, and again, you'll have that access to the notes in the video as many times as you want. Quotient means to divide. We are not going to use a division sign. We're going to actually use that fraction bar. And we're looking for the quotient of 12 and x. So we're going to put these in that order, meaning that the 12 goes in the numerator spot. The 12 goes on top. So this becomes 12 divided by x. The quotient, again, that bar represents division, of 12 and x. Number 5, 3 greater than y. Greater than would indicate that the number is getting bigger through addition. So 3 greater than y. Now this one, again, because it's addition, can be written with the 3 and the y reversed if you would like. I like to put my variable first in cases like this because I know that the y is sort of my starting point and it says I'm going 3 greater than that. So I like to put it in that order. But again, because it's addition, it would not matter once we knew what the value of y was. All right, so those are my first 5. I'm going to take a quick pause and I'm going to come back and we're going to do 5 more. All right, everybody, we're back for a few more examples of reading and writing algebraic expressions. We're going to keep on going with example number 6 so that you guys can get a good foundation for all of this. All right, again, we're looking for the keywords. So sum. Sum, we look at our little handy-dandy chart there, means to add those numbers. So the sum of 83 and w, again, 2 ways you can write this. 83 plus w, or you can flip-flop those because, again, addition does not matter. Commutative property. 16 less than y. Look at your clue words first. Less than indicates that we need to subtract. Now this is one of those trickier ones because it's subtractions. It's 16 less than y, which is telling me that y is something of a greater value. I'm going to start with y. So that's the letter you're going to want to start with. I have my y, and then I'm trying to figure out what would be 16 less than that. So I want to do that by subtracting the 16, y minus 16. Product. Product is multiplication, and we've got a c and a 17. Now, I know the inclination, again, is to write 17 times c with the x, but we want to get that x out of there with algebra so you're not confused. So you're going to bump those side by side. 17c, it means whatever c equals, I would multiply that by 17. K divided into 3 groups. We don't know what k is. We do know it's division, and we know that we're going to divide k by 3. So again, get rid of the regular division sign that you're so used to. We're going to write this one as a fraction, k over 3. K divided into 3 groups. So if there were, let's say I told you that k was 21 students, which, funny enough, we have in each of our classes. If I have 21 students and I want to divide them into 3 groups, I could do 21 divided by 3, and then I would know how many kids would be in each group, which would be 7. Okay. Sum. Now here's a double one I threw at you just to kind of see where you are, see if you are understanding this really well. We have the word sum, which we know means to add. We also have the word divided. So we're going to be combining 2 here. We're going to first find the sum of 8 and x. Well, the sum means we're adding those values. So I'm doing 8 plus x divided by, remember, none of the division signs like this anymore. We want a fraction bar now. We're dividing that sum, the sum of 8 and x, divided by 2. Your 2 goes on the bottom. So that was a little bit of a challenge question for you to see if you were picking up on how we transfer word expressions into algebraic expressions. All right, homework tonight, Form A and Form B. So if this is a little bit shaky for you, definitely stick to Form A. If you are getting this, then you guys are more than welcome to try the Form B. Again, you can try both. I take the higher grade. And I think that's it for today. So I hope you guys have a great evening and enjoy. Let me know if you have any questions. Take care.